welcome to episode 347 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You are listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering. Whether you're sitting at home jamming some arena or heading out to your local game store for an upcoming pre-release.
Oh boy, oh
Say
boy.
what? Or some Friday Night Magic. We are here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And on today's show, we're going to talk all about Throne of Eldraine and the design that was kind of behind all of the awesome ideas that we're seeing printed on these new cards.
Throne of Eldraine is, of course, the upcoming set.
Yes.
It's going to be released in just a few short weeks now.
I'm so excited.
We are weeks away. Yeah. Maria, 2 weeks from now, you will have played Eldraine.
Wow.
How you feel?
I'm feeling so excited.
Yeah?
I just can't hide it. I've lost control and I think I like it. You know what I mean? I should put that in a song.
Yeah, gosh, that just sounds so catchy.
But I feel like I need to go back to the 80s and write it, you know?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like that's the appropriate time for this song.
And maybe it will become relevant to a television show, and like that will be the context in which people remember it.
Yeah, maybe. Wait, what? What TV show is that on?
Saved by the Bell.
Wait, what? Oh, I thought you were talking like it was a theme song.
No.
I was like, what? The show's theme song is I'm so excited. So you think you can dance or something like that?
So you think you can dance? Hey everyone, welcome to So You Think You Can Dance. Here's our iconic theme song.
I just can't hide it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it would work. Did you know that the British version of that TV show is called Strictly Come Dancing?
No.
Is that the most British thing you've ever heard in your entire life?
Is. Yes.
Like, what is up with that name? It's ridiculous. They might as well have called it "The Queen Calls You Forth to Trip Along the Roses whilst wearing pointy shoes." But that was too long.
Didn't make any
it was
sense.
too long for the TV guide.
Didn't make sense.
But yes, Eldraine.
Yes.
Lots of awesome top-down designs on the cards, which is what they call when they come up with an idea and they make it happen in the card, as opposed to vice versa. And
like they come up with a card and then they put an idea on top of it.
Right, exactly.
Which is putting a hat on an idea.
That's the industry term.
Yeah, exactly.
Put a hat on it. But we're going to talk about how they came up with the ideas for all of the mechanics in the set and talk about some of the cycles in the set, which means cards that are available across all of the color pie. And that will kind of give us an idea of what to expect when we're drafting the set or stuff we might be excited about coming up in Standard.
But before we get started, thank you.
Just thank you.
Thank you, period.
You know what? Just thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you to everyone who is a patron of the show.
Yay.
Over on patreon.com/GLH5 magic.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
You did.
Good on me.
Nailed it. Yeah.
If you are a patron, you are literally keeping the show happening. You are making it possible for us to keep doing this, for us to keep bringing you all kinds of content all across the internet. And you get some sick rewards.
You sure do.
Which include our challenge week this week.
It's happening.
This Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central Time, you can challenge Maria, and then 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time, you can challenge me.
Yeah, so we're going to have signups for that. They're now live. You can sign up for a spot either in the Discord in the arena section, or you can do it on our Patreon post that we've made for patrons only. You can sign up there too. So 2 ways to sign up.
And if you are not yet a patron, you can sign up and become one and still get in on that.
You'll make the deadline.
Or get in on time to be in our special patron hangout next week.
Yeah.
Where we'll play Mad Libs, we'll play Pictionary, we'll play some Arena. We'll just have a real good time streaming for just our Patreon friends out there.
Yeah, last time it was during the day, so this time it's going to be in the evening. It'll be the Thursday after this one from 6 to 8 p.m. Central.
Yes.
So we are trying to accommodate people from all sorts of different time zones all over the world for these challenges and these hangouts. And I promise I will build a janky deck this time for the
Maria
challenges.
will not mercilessly crush people with her tier 1 standard deck exclusively.
Yeah, I'm going to make some nonsense.
I'm just saying, in our challenge section, we played a bunch of fun, weird formats.
I just destroyed everybody in Standard. That's not true. Some people did beat me with actually some pretty cool brews, but I felt bad.
But this time, Maria will play other formats.
Yeah, so if you're a patron, you have access to that to challenge us on Arena. It's a super fun stream.
Thank you as well to our sponsor, Card Kingdom.
Yeah.
CardKingdom.com/GLH5. GLHF. You can get booster boxes. You can pre-order Eldraine.
Oh, yes.
You can have it arrive on time.
Oh,
when it is
draft with your
done.
friends, everybody.
Yes.
It looks like a super fun draft set. And
yeah.
they've recently come into possession at Card Kingdom of a bunch of Khans of Tarkir packs.
Yes, they have.
And they're running a special deal on them, and we are going to bust open a bunch of them on a video on our YouTube channel because we love Khans of Tarkir.
Yes, all except Sea Trino. Will immediately go in the trash.
I hope you open 1,000,000 Seed Rhinos.
I hope I open 1,000,000 treasure cruises.
Oh, Treasure Cruise.
What a card.
So check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/goodluckhighfive to see us open those Khans of Tarkir packs, and head to cardkingdom.com/GLHF if you want a special deal on your own Khans of Tarkir packs to play around with your friends, because that was a sweet draft format.
Oh, it really was.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats, I think, is it's universally acknowledged that Khans of Tarkir, or Tons of Karkir, however you want to say it, definitely was. But yeah, thanks to Card Kingdom for being awesome sponsors of our show. All right, peeps, let's have some chitter-chatter about Throne of Eldraine design.
Yeah, it is looking so cool so far.
Yeah, I love it.
We have some sweet new mechanics, which we talked about last week a little bit when we were talking about some of the cards that have been previewed. But today we're going to get into both the mechanics and the flavor and just sort of the general thought process behind designing this set.
Yeah, Mark Rosewater had said that he was wanting to design a set like this for a very, very long time.
Yes.
So he's super excited that they finally got the chance to do so.
And what does he mean by a set like this?
Ooh, great point.
A set of Magic cards? He's designed lots of those.
A fairy tale set. This is all pulled from his article on Daily MTG, by the way, if you want more information about this. But yeah, fairy tale plus Camelot was the inspiration. And he likes to put it that Camelot is the cake and the fairy tale theme is the icing on top of that cake.
Oh, so one is sweet and one is
also
dense.
sweet. Dense.
And one is also sweet.
Meaning
That
like
is how cake works.
yeah, can you imagine the sweet icing and then just the cake part is just like a dense, tasteless mass? Can you imagine what that would be like for you to eat?
No. No, I can't.
I'm teasing Meghan because we recently did a show where it's long to explain, but I had to eat tasteless cake in it.
Yeah, Maria did. And how was it?
It was awful. I could taste the food color.
Maria, was it better or worse than the time you had to eat unflavored Jell-O?
It was better than unflavored. Well, oh gosh, that's tough. The unflavored Jell-O was more of a surprise because I was like,
We had dyed the Jell-O, so that it looked like it was flavored.
it looked like it was going to be a lovely cherry Jell-O dessert, and instead it was just awful
just
nothingness.
gelatin.
But I was not expecting that, and so in the cakes I was like, did they do it to me again? And so I kind of thought it might happen.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the cake tasted like utter nothing.
Yeah, the Jell-O was a surprise.
The Jell-O was more of a surprise. Yeah, but equally as awful. Anyway, what he's trying to say is like the Camelot theme is like the meat. Gosh, now I'm just using another food metaphor.
Yeah.
The Camelot theme is the meat, and the fairy tale theme is the icing on top of that meat.
Disgusting.
So yeah.
Oh wait, I'm actually not done with this topic. Do you know what I saw the other day at the store?
Meat with icing on it?
No. Thank goodness, no. No, I would never tell you about it if I had.
The ultimate
But what if
birthday
it was,
cake.
Maria, I'm going to tell you. Okay, I have so many layers of thought here.
Okay, go for
Maria, first of all, what if it was meat iced with mashed potatoes?
it. Into it.
Yeah, that's like your dream.
Great.
That's like your dream food.
That's what I need on my birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, second, Sour Patch Kids cereal.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't want.
That's like a thing. It was a thing. It was a box that I saw at the store, and I was horrified.
Never in my life do I want to eat sour cereal.
No. And it was like on the box, it was like, first it's sour, then it's sweet.
No.
And I was like, that sounds like the worst cereal
No.
experience ever.
First it's awful. That's what it should start with. Then it's good.
First it's
not
awful,
interested.
then it's weird.
Not interested. But I do have a weird history with Sour Patch Kids because in high school I used to do the thing where I would buy popcorn at the movies and I would dump the Sour Patch Kids into the popcorn.
That's a thing.
Oh, okay.
That's normal.
That I liked.
Like the candy plus popcorn thing is That's straightforward. People do that.
Oh, not in my cereal.
Anyways, but with milk.
So basically, the Camelot
Anyways.
theme is the cereal.
Is the cereal.
and
and the fairy tale is the milk.
Yeah, because that's like the fun part, and like, oh, these designs
Do
are
you
so
think
silly.
that milk is the fun part of cereal?
Can you imagine that kind of person? What I'm most excited for is the milk.
Ooh, the milk is so fun.
I didn't even drink my milk after my cereal was gone. I didn't want to touch that. I thought that was cursed.
Man, my grandma used to let us put sugar on Rice Krispies.
I absolutely did that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't really eat cereal when I was home with my mom. And so I just thought that that's how people ate cereal.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did it with Rice Krispies
Yeah.
and Cheerios.
Wow.
Just dumped it on there.
Right? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a spoonful of it. Why?
Yeah, now I think about that, I'm
Why?
like, I might die if I do that tomorrow morning.
Wow, this has been a real detour.
It really has, but I think a delightful one
Yes.
at that. And our point is, gosh, what is our
There's a
stinking
lot
point?
to say about cereal.
There is.
Yeah,
and
there really
Eldraine.
is.
I
Yeah.
mean, so the main mechanics and everything of that were inspired and held up by the Camelot theme.
Yes.
And then the fun stuff is the fairy tale
Sprinkled
theme.
on top.
Yes.
All right.
So-
So they say they wanted to. Obviously, we just had Ravnica.
Yep.
And then War of the Spark, which had tons of multicolored cards.
Yes.
Because Ravnica is a multicolor world
Yep.
with all of the guild alliances, which are naturally color pairs.
Yep.
And so they wanted to swing away from that with a monocolored themed set.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense. You know,
exactly.
give us a new taste in our mouth. Kind of like how Sour Patch Kids
Are sour and then sweet.
And sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. This is how they came up with the 5 court system, which we talked a little bit
Yes.
about last time. So there are 5 courts, each with a color alignment and each with obviously like their core value.
Yes.
At the heart of it.
Just like all courts have
Yes.
over the history of time.
Yeah.
You know, like the famous reign of Elizabeth I.
What would you say her core value
If I
was?
had to color align her,
Yeah.
gosh, that's actually a good question. I'm going to put her in blue for knowledge.
I think a lot of those ones,
They're probably
they
all
were
just
pretty
red. They're all just
They're
red.
all red.
Honestly, yeah, for sure. And red, of course, in Eldraine, represented by courage and the Embereth house.
Yeah.
Embereth.
Then there is the white court, Ardenvale, which is loyalty.
Okay, great.
Blue court, Vantris, which is knowledge.
The
Court.
black court is Lochtwain for persistence.
Yes, and the green court, Garenbrig for strength.
Great. And this, of course, is really tied into Adamant, which is a new mechanic in the set. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute because we have other kind of fun tidbits about Eldraine design to talk about first.
Yeah. 5 courts is a lot.
It is. The world must be fairly big.
It's got to be
plane,
pretty big.
Because otherwise, what are you even
How?
ruling over? 20
Where are
people?
they? Yeah.
Is that even really a court?
These are our 20 people.
And they're like, oh man, there's like 5 people in this royal family that get everything, and we pay all of our royal taxes to them. And there's like 20 of us.
Yeah.
Uprising.
It's a real, that's a scenario that's going to
ripe for an
ripe
uprising.
for an uprising. There are 3 new creature types.
Yay!
To go with this theme. There's noble.
I love that creature
So-
type, by the way.
Yeah. I can't believe that it's one that we haven't had before.
You know, I was like, wait a second, isn't Noble Hierarcha Noble?
No. No, it is not.
Yeah.
So there's one for each of the 5 colors,
Okay, great.
and they're leaders of some kind in that slice of the color pie. Warlock, which is only in black. It's a class of creatures that use dark magic.
Ooh, I love it.
And mouse.
Mouse!
I'm so excited.
Mouse. I'm so excited for the mouse tokens.
Mouse.
Drive
Oh.
my carriage, you mice. Drive my carriage, you mice.
Drive my pumpkin.
Yeah, drive my pumpkin.
Oh yeah, we talked last time about how Maria would whip mice.
Whip the mice. Yeah, get them to go faster.
Huh.
That pumpkin is pretty big, and they
Yeah.
are small. They need to really run to drag my butt around. That's all I'm saying.
The way you're saying it makes it sound like there aren't wheels on the pumpkin. It's just a
They're just
pumpkin on the ground.
Dragging it.
Yep.
So, yeah, the mice, I think, is one example in the pumpkin carriage of excellent top-down design
Yeah.
from Wizards of the Coast.
Which again means that you start more with like, what is the flavor of this card going to be?
Yeah.
What is the core creative idea behind it? And then how can we develop that into a card that has mechanics that work with this set?
Perfect.
Yeah.
And one of the first cards that they developed for this is definitely one of my favorites in the set, Ginger Brute.
Yes.
It's a 1/1 for 1, an artifact creature, food golem, which we were kind of trying to guess what kind of
Yeah.
creature type this would be when we saw the art. So it is a golem.
Yeah. Didn't we guess that?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the guesses that we made.
It has
It
haste.
is, after all, a thing that was made and then given life.
True.
In a really spooky kind of way. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it has haste, which I love because
Yes.
you can't catch him. One, Ginger Brute can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste, so you got to be quick to catch him.
Can't catch him. But if you do, 2-tap, sacrifice Ginger Brute, you gain 3 life.
Because it's a food.
He's a food.
I love it so much.
Just a little 1/1 for 1.
I've got to say, in my opinion, this card is perfect.
Yes. The flavor text, the unlabeled vial was not vanilla extract after all.
Story of my life in the kitchen, right? Did you ever make something with salt instead of sugar?
Yes.
I've done that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I still remember it. I was in high school and I loved making cornbread.
Oh, yeah.
We specifically made one out of, God, it's like
Corn.
the Moose Inn cookbook or something like that. It's like a famous like breads and soups
Oh, okay.
cookbook from this inn. Anyways, and it's one that you like make in a skillet. So it is, it's like a whole process.
Great.
And I made it and it turns out that I had put salt in there.
I guess
You could have put it in the hold of a ship and sailed around the world eating that thing.
still be good,
No weevils in there.
but lots of scurvy.
Even weevils would be like, no, thank
No,
you.
don't want this.
Yes.
Mine wasn't something I made. It was just, this is Maria's cooking. I dumped it into a bowl and I ate it with strawberries. So I was expecting to have strawberries and sugar and I dipped it in and I'm like, oh, and I took a bite and it was just covered with salt. It was the worst daiquiri known to man.
Wow. Wow. Could you at least rinse them and eat them?
Yeah, I'm sure I
Okay.
just switched it out, but like it was an awful surprise.
That's amazing.
So
terrible.
Ginger Brute, another fun fact about this card is that they actually went back and forth a lot on whether or not this card was too silly and if it crossed the line of silliness for them. But they're like, well, we made a Cat in Boots card, a Puss in Boots card, so I think this is fine.
That's right.
And I'm so glad they decided it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be part of a world
No.
where this is too silly
I
to
agree,
exist.
100,000%.
Also, this cookie is definitely evil. So, like, how is it silly? This is not a silly cookie. This is a menacing cookie.
It is a menacing cookie, and you will die from it. People
You will die.
die from this in Limited.
You will die from this cookie.
Yeah, it'll get you.
Yeah.
Unless you have a hasty creature to block it. So, big
Hi, come
thumbs
to my
up.
party. You will die from this cookie.
We're big proponents of silliness and magic,
Yeah,
and
we are.
I think they can push it even further. I've said it a lot, and I'm going to continue to say it. All right, so that is a look at one of their top-down designs. Let's talk
Yes.
about adventure.
Yes. So adventure is, of course, one of the mechanics of the set. It is a subtype for instants and sorceries.
Yep.
And it's the cards where there's a creature, but on the bottom left corner of it, there is also an instant or sorcery adventure.
Cool.
So the idea being that this creature, you can just cast it, or you can send it off on a little adventure and then cast it later.
Awesome. Excellent flavor. The reason it was created is because they have Adamant in the set, which we'll talk about, food tokens, which are fairly straightforward, and they wanted to, which you actually talked about last episode, was give players more in-game choices, add some complexity, and the idea kind of sparked off of having your knights go off on quests. But actually what happened is they designed a mechanic called Quest, and the way it worked was that it gave you a goal to pursue, and if you accomplish the goal, you are rewarded with a special mechanically unique token. Which I think is also super cool.
Yeah, maybe we'll see it someday.
And maybe it will happen. I actually really like that idea.
Yeah, but like we talked about last week, I do really love adventure.
Yeah.
I love things that give you interesting choices to make.
Yep.
In a game. Whether it's a game of Limited or maybe if we see these cards in other formats, it's really awesome.
For sure. And like we said, too, being able to be useful in different parts of the game, different phases of the game. And flavorful win as well.
Sometimes you need to go and get yourself a land. Sometimes you need to cast a big old giant creature.
Exactly.
Food got created because someone thought about following the breadcrumbs.
Oh, makes sense.
Baked into a pie is a very clear top-down design for that mechanic.
Yeah.
So obviously you're like, oh, if we're talking about fairy tales and food, yeah, I think the 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie
Makes
is
total sense. Yeah, I love that card. We gave it a flavor A+.
Yes.
Baked into a pie, kill something. Make a free
Although
token.
I don't think that I would like a pie full of birds.
Hey, would you eat a meat pie?
I'm kind of off it.
Would you eat a turkey pie?
I don't think so.
Would you eat a shepherd's pie?
I don't think so.
Would you eat a... What's the other one I'm trying to think of?
I'm like, you know.
Cottage pie.
Which one's cottage pie?
That one is beef.
I would, like, if it's, give me a veggie pie. That's
All
what I'm
right.
saying.
I'm definitely eating all of these meat pies.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
They're one of my favorite things.
They're up your alley for sure.
100%.
They're just not quite my jam.
But I don't really like other bird meat. I think it's very gamey.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to eat a pheasant.
You don't want to eat duck? I will say duck is one that I like. I do like
Yeah.
duck.
Sometimes Megan orders duck and is like, "Will you help me eat this duck?" And I'm just like, I don't know.
Oh, like when you, like the ones that you're making a little like duck taco.
Yeah, I just don't like duck as much.
What?
It's too greasy for me.
Well,
I just you know, I need a dry meat, which is why I order my steaks medium well. And it makes a lot of people very mad.
a dry meat.
A dry meat. You know, it's not the heat, it's the humidity, right? That's what I always say when I order my steak. So that's adventure. That's food. That leaves Adamant.
Give me a steak medium well. It's not the heat, it's the humidity.
The waiter was already looking at me weird, and they're just like,
Like, what
Oh,
does
God.
that even
She better tip
mean? Anyways.
So for Adamant, they knew they wanted to do like this monocolored situation. And so the way that it started out was there's 2 different casting costs.
Yeah,
on the card.
On the card.
Yeah, so, and then they were like, wait a second, this is too complicated. We're not going to do it that way. And Adamant was born.
And Adamant is pretty cool. Like on the card, it looks streamlined and
Yep,
straightforward,
it
which
is.
I really appreciate.
Very clean design. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some cycles. A lot of them are Adamant cycles that'll be coming up in Throne of Eldraine. Talking about some new cards. While we do so, there's a common Adamant Knight cycle. And this is each knight from the respective court getting a +1/+1 counter if the Adamant cost is paid.
Oh, super straightforward. So, for instance, Ardenvale Paladin, 3 and a white for a 2/5. This is obviously the knight that goes with the white Ardenvale
Beautiful.
court. Creature Human Knight, Adamant, if at least 3 white mana was spent to cast this spell, Ardenvale Paladin enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. And I love cycles like this. And it's like, it highlights the mechanic. It gives you a consistent bonus across these. Cool.
And you know what's coming too as well, like in draft or whatever. You're like, oh, well, this is the one that gets the +1/+1 counter. And there's one in every color. This one can become a 3/6 for 4 mana, which is actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
It starts out as a 2/5, of course. And the art, just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really lovely art. Then we have the common Adamant spell cycle. These are all instants and sorceries that do basic common effects but have an Adamant clause that makes them better if the Adamant cost is paid. Like outmuscle.
One word.
Yes.
Just kind of a little strange.
A little weird, but okay. Also, this art is great. It's a man like wrestling a bear.
Oh, yeah, it is.
For 3 and a green, sorcery, classic fight. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then it fights target creature you don't control.
Great.
Adamant, if at least 3 green mana was spent to cast this spell, the creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and I want to say the blue one is obviously about drawing cards.
Yeah, probably. I would assume so.
Yeah, I mean it had better be.
Megan will have some words if it isn't.
If it's not, we're gonna get in a fight with someone, and that will be fun.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's the turn into a pumpkin.
That's the uncommon one.
That's the uncommon one.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if the blue common
I
one
feel
has
like
been
it
previewed or not.
has. I thought I remembered seeing an Adamant
On a
card
common.
draw one.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I mean, look. If it says draw cards on it, I remember it.
Just goes in one ear, out the other for me. Drawing cards, snooze alert.
I guess not. Maybe I'm just like dreaming.
Maybe you just dreamt it up.
Maybe I just dreamt it up. What? Why? I just wanted to say draw cards.
I mean-
find me a card that says draw cards.
You know what? Now that you're talking about it more, I'm like, wait a second. Yes, I do recall this being like it costs 4, and if you pay
Right?
3 blue, you get to draw.
You get to draw more cards. Why do I feel
I feel like it exists too now.
crazy?
Now you're making me
Did
think
I
it exists.
make up a card?
Did we both
That's
make
just,
up
like,
a card?
so believable that we're all like, yes,
yeah, that makes
that
sense.
exists. Oh, Opta's coming back.
Opt
That's
is
nice.
being reprinted. Yeah, that's important if you like the. Is it Drake's deck?
Yeah.
Is it Phoenix deck?
What?
Yeah, I don't
is
see it.
happening. Why? What is happening?
Meghan is
I
convinced
cannot handle
that this card exists.
Okay, you can talk about something while I look.
Okay, something. What else am I going to say about Eldraine? Oh, I wanted to let you know that during your pre-release, I want you to be careful about how you're tapping your mana because of Adamant, because we're so accustomed to just kind of being like, tap this, play the spell, or whatever. But I know in pre-releases, you get takesies, backsies, but like just be double careful with how you're tapping if you have Adamant
Definitely
cards in your
does
deck.
not exist, and
Wow.
I feel crazy.
I feel like I saw it too, though, now.
Right?
This is like one of those things where it's like Berenstain Bears, and you realize how it was spelled. It's called the Mandela effect, and you feel like you've gone insane because you remember being spelled a different way and not being spelled like stain, like Berenstain Bears. Like, no, it
I
was
created a
Berenstain
world
Bears.
where we thought that existed.
Yeah, you
Both
did.
of us.
Okay, it's happening. We're getting Mandela hard right now. Now she's looking at red cards because she's like, oh man, maybe it was in red.
Yeah, because they're like so ready to give a card draw to red all the time.
I don't know. Maybe it was like in the commander decks or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe it was a preview for something else.
Wow. I don't know what's happening to my brain, but I feel crazy.
The day that Meghan lost it.
Wow.
Episode
Well, let's just say
347.
that if the blue one isn't about drawing cards, I'll be so mad.
Okay. You're on notice, Wizards of the Coast.
Yep. Then the common colored equipment cycle.
Yeah, so they wanted to make some more colored equipment like we saw in Kaladesh.
Yeah.
And here's a great one, Crystal Slipper. It's a cycle of equipment that have colored mana costs, but generic equip costs. So this is 1 in a red for an equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has haste. Equip 1. Makes sense. Little Cinderella reference here.
She run.
She run.
There's the uncommon adamant spell cycle.
Yeah.
Which is similar to the common cycle with bigger effects. Rally for the Throne, 2 and a white for an instant, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. Adamant, if at least 3 white mana was spent to cast this spell, you gain 1 life for each creature you control.
Yeah, there's lots of life gain in white in Throne of Eldraine, which I think is kind of cool. But once again, we're seeing a go wide strategy with white. And I'm here to tell you that this is now my new stump speech about white, because I
Let's hear it.
love white, and I think that going wide and white is fine, but the problem is that you need other cards to make it good, as having that as one of your identities for a color. But with other colors like blue, drawing cards for instance, you don't necessarily need another card already in your hand to make them any good.
I
So
disagree.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, so
I'm
I
mad about
disagree
it.
because you're just saying like, oh, white, you have a bunch of smaller creatures, and that on its own is not going to be enough.
Yeah.
But also, as much as I hate to say this, drawing cards by itself is not enough to win you a game.
Wow.
Well, it is in theory. You do have to have, like you can't just have. Oh God. You can't. You can't just have card draw spells in your deck. As much as I wish that was the case.
No, yeah, point taken. I guess I'm just like a little.
Right, you have to have like removal spells to make it good.
I'm like,
you
green, you have a big creature. That's always fine.
like, except that it's not, right? Because green can get out card advantaged by blue if green doesn't have any way to help protect its creatures or stuff like that.
I just want some way to make this. I don't know what it is.
What do you want? You want to have a lot and have them be big? You can't have that.
Well, my thing was that I wanted white to have some kind of evergreen mechanic that had an O-ring attached to it. So it's like some crappy creature, and then like it's able to like exile something later on
What?
to have it power early,
That
power
is
late.
OP.
There you go.
That's like there's the little ghosty friend in M20.
Right, exactly. Like Hanged Executioner.
Yeah. You have one of those. You have a
More.
Danto Vanguard.
I want it all the time. I'm just trying to give it more of a thing.
It has the thing.
Legendary Night Cycle.
Yeah. Uncommon legendary night cycle.
I had to kind of like look at this twice because I'm like, wait a second, uncommon legends?
This cycle is all monocolored legendary knights. Each mechanically plays into the virtue of the court of its color. So here we have Sir Eleonora, the Discerning.
Ooh, great.
3 blue for a star 4. Legendary
Okay.
creature, human knight. Sir Eleonora, the Discerning's power is equal to the number of cards in your hand.
Cool.
When she enters the battlefield, draw a card. Spells your opponent's cast that target Sir Eleonora costs 2 more to cast.
This card is excellent. I love this card.
Yeah,
Really good.
drawing cards is great.
Well, we'll just wait for your common draw card spell and then this will go right with it.
Go right with it.
Ooh, I'm excited for more legendary knights.
How does it not exist? I'm still baffled.
I don't know because you convinced me.
I know.
You convinced me it existed.
If you also briefly were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I remember seeing that, please tweet at us with the hashtag Meghan's imaginary card.
Yeah, we need to know.
We need to know.
So the other one that's kind of fun here is an uncommon 10-card hybrid cycle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So this is an uncommon cycle, 9 creatures and 1 sorcery that all have a mana cost of exactly 4 hybrid mana. So they're supposed to play well in both monocolor and 2-color decks.
Makes sense.
So this one, for instance, Lock Dragon is 4 hybrid mana, blue-red. So you could play it with any combination of blue and red.
Excellent.
It is a 3/2 flying. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card.
Classic is it?
Love it.
Yeah, 3/2
Look
flyer.
at this dragon. Classic dragon.
Excellent card.
He's a really cool looking dragon.
I love his great horns.
Yeah,
His horns
they're
are
really
excellent.
cool horns.
Good job, Dragon.
Cool horns, dragon.
And now we get to talk about a card that we got to preview last week.
That's right.
In the rare legendary leader cycle.
Yeah, so this is going back to what we said earlier about the new creature type Noble. It's a rare monocolor cycle of legendary nobles. It represents the leader of each court, and
Okay.
it's designed to have a color matters aspect, which rewards you for playing lots of cards of that leader's color.
Wow, are we going to see so many monocolor decks in standard?
Maybe.
Plus Theros? Like,
that would be really
seriously.
cool.
Devotion
There
coming
was a
back.
time when that was a thing.
Yes.
There was a time when monocolor was where it was at.
Which is kind of cool for players who are new to the game too,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because a lot of times they're like, oh, I just want to play with one color, you know,
Yeah.
less complicated, that kind of thing.
Find a color identity and stick with it.
Stick with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So ours,
Oh, yes. Ours is so great, everybody. If you
Yes.
didn't see our preview video, go and watch
let's
it.
go watch it.
It's on our YouTube channel. It is very funny. Both Megan and I have great costumes.
By very funny, I sound completely insane.
I'm playing the straight man for once, which is kind
Yeah.
of bizarre. Not something I'm used to.
Anyways, Ayara, first of Lochthwain,
She's so cool.
for black, a 2/3 elf noble.
Black Elf, by the way.
Yes. Whenever Ayara, first of Lochthwain, or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Oh, sick.
Tap, sacrifice another black creature, draw a card.
She's so good.
She's great.
She's excellent. And gosh, we didn't get to really talk about this much in our preview video, but Mono Black Devotion was a deck.
Yeah.
And also in Theros was a great card called Grey Merchant of Asphodel that everybody called Gary. And that reminds me of that card, which
Yeah.
was super fun card to draft.
Gain life, drain life.
Yeah, I love it.
Here we get to see Lyndon, the Steadfast Queen.
Yes,
who
Queen.
is who is from the White Court. She is white for a 3/3 human noble. Vigilance. Whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life.
Yeah, more life gain in white.
Yeah, that is a thing that white has.
Yeah. I
That's
just
one of
mean
its
like
tools.
like pushed seems pretty pushed in this set to gain life in white, and maybe we'll see some pretty neat payoffs with that
Yeah.
coming up.
So we know that Lyndon is the queen of the White Court, Ardenvale. She's the stepmother to Rowan and Will, the Planeswalkers.
Okay.
Their father and her husband, King Kenrith, is missing.
Oh, where is he?
Who knows?
Where is King Kenrith?
Where he go?
Being baked into a pie, perhaps?
Oh, I wonder.
Which is kind of sad because they also released the art of this beautiful family portrait of this royal family, painted by Ryan Pancoast, and it is glorious and huge. He painted like a giant painting of them in
really
oils,
cool.
which is really, really cool.
Like an old court painter.
Yeah.
Ye old court painter.
Pose for
Ryan
the family portrait.
Business card. Ye old court painter.
Great. I love it. Yeah, this card's super cool. Can't wait to see the other nobles in the monocolored nobles. Maybe they'll all have a casting cost of 3. I don't know.
Maybe.
Ours did, and so does this one. But remains to be seen. So yeah, that's kind of a look at the story of the design behind Eldraine and where they were thinking of when they created the mechanics and cards that kind of played so well off of the mechanics. Do you want to talk about some other new previews?
Yeah.
Because there's some exciting
Talk about
stuff.
the blue card draw Adamant spell.
Yes, that card that definitely exists.
Why? It's so weird.
I don't know.
Maybe like our minds just transmuted, turned into a pumpkin.
It could have.
From one into the other.
But as soon as you started talking about it, I was like, oh, yes, that card. Now I remember.
Weird.
She's still looking for it, everybody.
I am. You were like, let's look at new previews, and I was like, let's look for the card that I thought existed. Oh, what about this friend though? Gadwick the Wizened.
Cool card.
X blue for a human wizard, a 3/3. When Gadwick the Wizened enters the battlefield, draw X cards.
There you go.
Whenever you cast a blue spell, tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Love it.
Okay.
Oh, give
Gadwick.
me if I have to cast creatures, put some card draw on them.
Yeah, there you go.
And I will feel better about it.
All right, I'll give it to you.
All right.
So let's talk about, I want to talk about these cards which were previewed by Kenji, which all have to do with the Jack and the Beanstalk story.
Oh yeah, they're very cool.
I think they're really neat. There's Bartered Cow, which is 3 and a white for a 3/3. When it dies, oh no. Or when you discard it, interesting, create a food token.
Wow, Maria, you were the one talking earlier about eating meat pie. So I want you to look right at this Bartered Cow and talk about how much you like meat pie.
I'm sorry, Cow.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a story very briefly.
Okay, go for it.
The other night, I was hanging out with our friend Emily.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we're hungry. We're going to go hang out
meat pie.
with our other friend. And on the way, they live right by a restaurant called Revival. We're going to stop by Revival and like get dinner.
If you come to Minneapolis, you got to eat at Revival.
It's so good. And like tip, the wait can be really long.
Yeah.
But you can order takeout from them, and it's like
Great.
15 minutes. So I was the one who went and picked it up and like paid for it. And like later on at the end of the night, like we're leaving, and Emily's like, "Oh, I'm gonna Venmo you," and she's like Venmoing me, and she's like, "Oh, I'm looking for the right emoji to send you." And Revival's thing is fried chicken. And she's like, "I'm looking for the right emoji to convey this Venmo payment," and I was like, "Don't make it a live chicken. I'll be sad." And Emily was like, my finger was on the live chicken.
There's a drumstick, isn't there?
There is. But I was like, also, if you can't look at an emoji of a live chicken, you shouldn't be eating chicken.
That's a fair point.
Face what you're doing.
I think it's a fair point, actually.
Face what you're doing.
I also love the beans that go with this.
Yes.
Giant opportunity, 2 and a green for a sorcery. You may sacrifice 2 foods. If you do, you make a 7/7 green giant creature token. Otherwise, you make 3 food tokens.
Oh, I like it.
I think that's super cool.
That's really cool. We were talking about how the cool thing about food is the other ways that cards interact with it.
Absolutely.
That's not just the baseline effect of 2 sack it, gain 3 life.
Right.
And then tall as a beanstalk, 3 and a green for an enchantment aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3, has reach, and is a giant in addition to its other types.
I love it.
Yeah, very fun.
Jack and the Beanstalk story.
Yeah.
And I want to point out this card, which was previewed the other day, Clockwork Servant, 3 for a 2/3 little gnome, which is really cute.
Yeah.
Adamant. When Clockwork Servant enters the battlefield, if at least 3 mana of the same color was used to spend, draw a card. And the reason I like it is because it's colorless.
Yeah.
So
it's like, hey, you could have spent any 3 mana, but if it was all of the same color, no matter what color.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
So helping out Adamant decks, if you have cards that aren't your color, it's fine. There's some colorless cards to help out with Adamant too. I like that a lot.
We have another one of the leaders.
Oh, yes.
Torbran Thane of Redfell.
Cool name.
1 red for a legendary creature, Dwarf Noble. 2/4, if a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2 instead.
Really good.
Yeah.
And my axe. Tell me that's not Gimli.
It really is. I can't because it is.
The art, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It is him.
It for sure
It
is.
him.
It's him.
Can I talk about this card for a second?
Yeah.
Grumgully the Generous.
This does not look like a goblin from whom you should be taking anything.
No, it is holding up some magic mushrooms and it's like, yum.
This is a goblin that you're running into at a rave and is
Yes,
like,
hey, take these.
You want some mushrooms? And you're like, no.
No, you definitely should not do this.
I don't know you.
1 green-red, excuse me, for a 3/3 Goblin Shaman. But this is interesting. Each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it like humans?
I don't know. Because it's a goblin.
But that's the thing in this set. There are a few cards that want you to have non-humans.
Yeah, like Ferocity of the Wilds, 2 and a red for an enchantment. Attacking non-human creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample.
Yeah, interesting.
One that I wrote about actually for a preview article.
Ooh, nice.
Was a little elf friend.
Cute. That one up there?
No. He and him big fox.
Oh,
the elf and him big fox.
He riding a fox.
Wildborn Preserver, 1 and a green for a creature elf archer. Flash and reach.
Oh no.
2/2. Whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on Wildborn Preserver.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so normally like a tribal theme, we see a lot of times instead super popular thing in Magic, but this is kind of like
an anti-human
theme.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Look at this weaselback red cap.
Meghan, I can't even look at it.
Cute.
It's so cute.
Oh man.
Cutest card has some work to do if you're going to try and beat weaselback red cap.
Like, look at this little weasel.
This weasel's the cutest
having
thing.
The best time.
I'm angry. It's so cute.
Yeah. He's having a great time.
He's like, wee, get on my back. We're going for an adventure.
Yeah.
Single red for a 1/1, 1 and a red, weaselback red cap gets +2/+0 until end of turn.
Yeah.
I wish it was a gnome riding on his back, though. It's a goblin knight, because then it would remind me of David the Gnome.
I don't know what that is.
What? David the Gnome from the 80s, 90s cartoon? The best theme song in cartoon history?
Yeah, nope. No idea what we're talking about.
Look around you. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's such a good song.
This sounds like something you made up.
Just like you made up that blue card.
Just like you made up that blue card.
Hey, David the Gnome, best theme song. If you agree, please tweet at us with the hashtag Gnome Time.
Here's one. Feasting Troll King.
Oh.
2 green.
Okay.
Good day. Creature Troll Noble, 7/6, Vigilance Trample.
Okay.
Oh, this must be the green one.
Yeah,
I
so
thought there
they're
was
not-
a different one.
There's not all 3 casting costs, which is something I questioned before.
Interesting. When Feasting Troll King enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, create 3 food tokens. Sacrifice 3 food tokens, return Feasting Troll King from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only during your turn.
Okay.
Wow.
Hungry.
Yeah, that's intense. I thought that the green one was this buddy.
Well, maybe it is.
What? But that
They're
other
both
one was
nobles,
a noble.
and this one costs 3. I don't know which one it is. They're both
happened?
rares. This time we're looking at a card that's not been translated yet into English, but it's 3 mana for a 0/0, a giant noble in green.
Yes.
Enters the battlefield with 4+4/+4 counters on it.
4 +1/+1 counters. The translation.
Oh,
is slightly off.
okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
4+1/+1 counters on it. Whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Yorvo. Then if that creature's power is greater than Yorvo's, put another +1/+1 counter on Yorvo. This must be the actual one.
Yeah, I think this
because
one is.
this one has like other green synergies.
Yeah.
Then what's up with that Troll King?
I don't know.
What up, Troll King?
Maybe the trolls are trying to take over, and
maybe
be like, hey.
maybe green has the Troll King who's just like,
There's like a fight.
I'm coming for your court, and the giant is like, I big too.
I beg, check it out.
We both big.
Ooh, a court battle.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Almost as good as a ball.
Hey, you want to come to my ball?
No, I'm going over to the green court battle that's happening.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I think they both have a possibility of being it, unless all of them are the 3 mana casting cost.
Yeah, I feel like it's the other one, and I don't know what's going on with this guy.
I don't know either. Troll Noble.
What him do?
Oh, he's not legendary.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Figured it out.
We got
Wow.
there.
We solved that eventually.
Yeah, it took a little while, but you know what?
But we did.
We got there.
We did. But it is a noble, which I thought the
Yes.
nobles were only those legendaries.
Well-
but no, it is just a creature type
Yeah, it's just a new creature
that goes
type.
on those ones, but maybe also now we see additional creatures.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Tons of cool new cards previewed.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about them again next week because we are not done with preview season.
No, we are not. Not even a little bit.
And that makes me very happy because
Can't wait for that blue card.
that blue card's coming out any day now.
Any day now.
Let's talk about Ultra Pro for a hot minute.
Yeah.
They're a great sponsor of this show, and they've got amazing stuff that you can find on their website, ultrapro.com, or anywhere fine Magic products are sold.
Ultra Pro sponsors our show and is a place you should go.
Don't
to.
you know? Oh! Can you hand me that backpack over there?
Yeah.
Because I want to show something cool off from Ultra Pro. These were for sale at Magic Fest Vegas a couple of weeks ago. Check it out!
Dragon.
It's a dragon!
It's a dragon backpack.
Isn't it so cool?
It's so cute.
Do you want one of these
Do
for
you
all of
want
your
one of these?
stuff? How could you not?
How could you not? Do you know what? You want this backpack? Comment on the YouTube video of this episode.
That's right.
And then we'll pick someone.
Tell us why.
How about that?
Tell us why you want it,
Tell us why you want
and
it.
we'll pick the best answer.
Give them a name.
Yeah, look at this,
Give them a name.
and tell us why.
Tell us why.
Only available from Ultra Pro.
Yeah.
If you want to walk around with a dragon on your back, and who doesn't?
Yeah.
Comment on the video for a chance to win this. I think these are so cool, and I love how creative they are
Yeah.
with their products as well.
Rawr.
Rawr. Rawr, so mad. But yeah, Ultra Pro, an awesome place to go for not only dragon backpacks, but for any of your magic needs
Yes.
in your magical life.
Including dragon backpacks.
Dragon, it's very important. All right, everybody, that's this episode of Good Luck High Five. Thank you
Yep.
so much for hanging out with us again for another week. Remember, if you want magic news, you can download our sister podcast, The Upkeep, also available anywhere fine podcasts are found. And, if you're like, oh, this one dose of Meghan Maria wasn't enough, don't worry. We got another shot in the arm. It's called The Upkeep.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes or less.
Yeah, and lots of great
So
magic
it's
news.
a smaller shot in the arm.
Yeah, it's just like a little boop.
Yeah.
Prick, a little finger prick.
Yep.
But we love the show. It's really great.
Like when you go in to donate blood and they test your hemoglobin.
That's right. That's what the Upkeep's like.
Except
same
it doesn't hurt.
experience.
Except it doesn't hurt.
It is a painless way to get your magic news. That's true.
But we will not give you a Band-Aid.
No, you're gonna have to provide that on your own.
Yeah.
But like if you're like, oh,
But you won't need it.
I can't. I scroll through Twitter and Reddit and all these other things. Well, guess what? I mean, painless is a great way to describe what it
Yes.
is because we just give it to you.
Because do you know what?
We did the work.
Scrolling through Twitter is painful.
And like, why do you have to subject yourself to that if you don't
You
want to?
shouldn't have to.
We've got the Upkeep for you.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you again to everybody who is a patron of the show on patreon.com/GLHFmagic. Again, this Thursday, challenge us if you're a patron. Come and hang out on our stream.
by.
Come on by. And the Thursday after that will be our hangout. So sign up in time to get access to both of those rewards. And of course, all the rewards associated with the various tiers that you sign up for as well on Patreon.
We like the Upkeep so much, we accidentally left this the entire time. In the video, the screen behind us just says the Upkeep.
Oh, I knew it would happen. happens sometime.
Sometimes that happens.
Oh gosh, dang it.
We thank our sponsors.
Yeah, Card Kingdom Ultra Pro.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
did.
as well to them.
I'm gonna go drink more coffee.